Jai Gurudev. So finally you have reached Narada Bhakti Sutra 18, which is the final Narada by Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, and the name is The Ultimate Truth. So what is the ultimate truth? We have discussed this n number of times in Narada now. Everything is just the Brahman consciousness. Everything came out of it. Everything plays in it, dances in it, and everything dissolves into it. From the beginning to the end. Actually, there is no real beginning or end. But whatever this little mind can really comprehend, from that beginning to that end, it is just the Brahman consciousness. This is the ultimate truth, and there is no other truth bigger or superior to this. There is nothing besides this truth. Everyone and everything, whether it is a person you love or hate, whether it is a thing you love or hate, or it is a situation you love or hate, everything is a part of this Brahman consciousness. Doesn't matter whether it is the past, the present, or the future. Everything is in this Brahman consciousness. It doesn't matter whether you are in the waking state of consciousness, whether you are dreaming, or whether you are in deep sleep state. It is just the Brahman consciousness. We have done these three states earlier in the Upanishads, if you remember. Yeah? Every night you move from the waking state into the dreaming state of consciousness. And then from the dreaming you move towards the deep sleep state of consciousness. Constantly vacillating between these three states is our life. This not only happens in the night, it also happens during the daytime. You're constantly vacillating between waking and dreaming. That is what is daydreaming, fantasizing, building castles in the air with eyes wide open. Yeah? And sometimes with your eyes wide open, you are completely lost. Maybe in a very boring lecture and you're gone somewhere. Your eyes might still be open. Yeah? But the mind is lost. Deep sleep happened with eyes open. So these three states of consciousness are there in our daytime and in our nighttime. They are very significant because that is what is the significance of life. One who learns to be aware, not awake, but aware, completely mindful in the waking state of consciousness, he can then be aware in the dreaming state of consciousness. And then when you master the skill of being aware in the dreaming state of consciousness, you will be aware in the deep sleep state of consciousness. And only one who can master being aware in that deep sleep state of consciousness, only such a jnani, only such a wise one will reach the other shore. He will get enlightened. Yeah? He will attain moksha or turiya avastha, which is the fourth state of consciousness. Yeah? So really the satya or the truth of our life is that we are stuck in these three states: the waking state, the dreaming state and the deep sleep state. And we keep going round and round in this cycle of this three. The one who learns to get out of this three, he attains the Turiya Avastha, or the fourth state of consciousness. Most of you already have discussed this with me a number of times in Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. But if you're feeling a little lost about the four states of consciousness that I just spoke about, you probably need to join the Upanishad session. So, now we come to the first sutra. Tri Satyasya. Tri means three. Satya means the truth. The three truths. And what are the three truths? Are three states of consciousness. That is what this individual consciousness called Purusha is constantly stuck in, because it has identified with the Prakriti. So in this three Satya, in this truth, the truth of the three, Bhaktir eva garyasi. Bhaktir eva garyasi. For the wise one, Bhakti or devotion itself is superior, or it is most dear to him. Now, why Bhakti is the most superior or dear? Because Bhakti is nothing but recognition, I am that Brahman. There is no difference between I and that Brahman consciousness, or God, or Guru, whoever you believe in. We are just one. Just like a magnet which is broken into a million pieces, all the pieces will be attracted to each other. Like that only. This beautiful big magnet of the Brahman consciousness broke into several pieces. And all these pieces are actually thirsting to come back to the Brahman. This thirst is manifested in many, many forms. You love your computer, your iPhone, your possessions, your $1 million house, your car, whatever possessions you have, you really are attached to them. Look at them simply as broken forms of that magnet, and you are also another broken form of that magnet, and you are attracted towards those other pieces. That's all it is. Got it? Yeah. This is the truth. This is the highest truth. Yeah. The ultimate truth of the Brahman consciousness of I. So if I look at it very objectively, my love for another human is also the same attraction. My love for a particular thing is also the same attraction. My love for God, for Guru is also the same attraction. These are just different forms of the same attraction or thirst for uniting with the Brahman consciousness, with God or with Guru, or with that bigger magnet, the smaller pieces of which we all are. Yes? And this love, this attraction is manifested in different ways. So what are the different ways? Narada says there are 11 ways in which love is manifested, or that attraction is manifested. But again, at the core of it, remember why this attraction is there? Because we are all just small pieces of that big magnet. Yes? So actually, your love for your wife, for your child, for your parent, for a thing, a house, a car, for money, for diamonds, for name, fame, a political position, power, whatever your love is for, all that is nothing but love for the divine. Got it? Yeah. Let's look at the first form of this love for the divine. What is it? Guna Mahatmya Asakti. Asakti means attachment. Now this love that I have for that bigger magnet, that Brahman consciousness, I do not understand it because I have broken down into a small little piece. Now that small little piece is lost, is not able to identify the father or the parent or the original form of who I was or what I have become separate from. So this little piece is a little lost, and therefore this little piece looks for love. Yes. Each one of us is really just looking for love. Even if you're running behind money, you're actually looking for love. Even if you're running behind name and fame, you're actually looking for love. It is the love in the name and in the fame. It is the love in the money. Yeah. Whatever your asakti or attachment is nothing but a manifestation of love. Yeah. So asakti is attachment. Got it? Guna Mahatmya Sakti is attachment to the qualities of that God. Guna Mahatmya Asakti means singing praises and glorifying that Lord, glorifying God. Yeah. It also has the same expression when you praise your children, your grandchildren, or another little beautiful kid in the house, or somebody outside. It's the same. Yeah. Guna Mahatmya Asakti is that quality in you which wants to give love in the form of praise. Yes. Glorifying the qualities of God. So there are so many songs, that oh, God is like the air, God is like the sun, God is like the flowers. Poets come up with such beautiful verses about God. Yeah. That is Guna Mahatmya Asakti. Saints like Meera and the gopis of Vrindavan, they all were, their expression of love was Guna Mahatmya Asakti. Yes. Can we go ahead? Second is Rupa Asakti. It is the love that is interested in the form of the divine. Yes, so that is why so many different forms came up. Yeah. It's so difficult for me to understand how to worship that which is formless, that which I cannot see. It's so difficult to worship this space. I cannot see space, I cannot touch space, I cannot feel it, I cannot experience space. Yeah. But I feel an attachment to it. So now how do I express my attachment to space? So difficult. Yeah. So then they tried to gather that space into a symbol, that idol of Ganesha and Krishna, whatever little idols you have of God. Yeah. Looking at that beautiful idol, I experience gratitude, I experience that love. Lots of people say, oh, is idol worship wrong? Should I not be worshipping this idol I have been worshipping and taking care of it and giving it a little shower and making new clothes for the idol For so many years I have been doing this. I said, no, no, that is very beautiful. Yeah, that is Rupa Asakti. Yeah? Attachment to that divine in the form of that Krishna or whatever, Rama, or whichever form you really love. The next one is Puja Asakti. Puja. Puja means born out of fullness. Who is born out of fullness? Did you think about this meaning? Each one of us was born out of that big magnet. No, we are all small pieces of that big magnet. Yes, that one big magnet is fullness. Yes, we are born out of that. Yeah. So puja is actually us, each one of us, everything, even a computer, even a phone, a table, another human being, everybody is born out of that fullness. Yeah. So when somebody recognizes this, it touches the heart of that devotee so much. He wants to express his love. And how does he or she express his love? Yeah. The same way that the different small pieces of that broken magnet love each other. For example, gravity tries to pull you towards it. That is love. The earth goes around the sun. That is love. Yeah. Every day without fail the sun shines and gives you warmth and heat. What if someday the sun says, oh, I'm really bored, I'm very tired, I'm going to take a break, I'm going on vacation? How would it be? Yeah. If for a few days we don't get sunshine, we can all die without that warmth. Yeah. But the sun continues to do his duty faithfully, honestly, sincerely. He is committed to you, isn't it? Yeah. So all these planets, insects, flowers, fruit, trees, everything is just expressing its love or its gratitude. A devotee sees this. He has those special eyes of love that can see love all around. So in puja, what he does, he gives back or offers that which this entire nature is offering to him. For example, nature is giving him flowers and fruit. He offers flowers and fruit to the divine. Nature is showering him with rain. Then he offers water to the divine. Nature is offering light in the form of sun and the moon. Yeah, so what does he do? He lights a lamp and he takes it around the form as if the sun is going all around you. Yeah? That is such a beautiful gesture. Nature has given beautiful flowers with fragrance. So the devotee lights incense which spreads fragrance all around. Yeah? The entire process of doing puja is expressing that love, is expressing that I am born out of that fullness, you are also born out of that fullness, you are also born out of that fullness, you are also born out of that fullness. Oh, I am so grateful for everything. Yeah. Only a really happy heart can understand this. A heart full of contentment. Yeah. Puja Asakti. The next one is Smarana Sakti, the attachment to memory. Aren't you attached to your memories? Memory of a very beautiful day, memory of somebody who was very loving to you, somebody who was kind, somebody who appreciated you. Yes, we are attached to memory. Yeah. A devotee is attached to the memory of that Brahman consciousness and anything that expresses that Brahman consciousness. Yeah? Even memory of your most beautiful meditation when you sat with your eyes closed and you were somewhere, boof, just gone. There were no thoughts, no emotions. Body was absolutely still as if it did not exist and you were experiencing pure bliss. Just memory of that beautiful meditation, thinking about it right now, doesn't it feel really calm and peaceful here? Yes. Smarana Sakti, the attachment to memory or that divine, remembering him or her or it the way you like to think about the divine. Now understand, this divine is not again a man or woman sitting up in the sky with wearing white color clothes and has a white wing or something with a white wand and can grant every wish. It's beautiful, nice depiction, but understand again, that is also an imagination of a bhakt or a devotee. Yeah? Smarana Sakti is just thinking about that divine. For example, all gopis of Vrindavan would always sit and think about Krishna and would always be lost in the memory of his flute or his beautiful dance or the way he took that gopi round and round the tree, or when he actually just spoke words of wisdom about God or about love. Yeah? They're completely lost in that memory. Yeah? Smarana Sakti. And the fifth type of love or expression of your oneness with the divine is Dasya Sakti. Das means servant. Yeah, Guruji explained the difference between a servant and a slave. A slave is bound. He feels defeated because he is not voluntarily there. He is not willingly there. But somebody who is a servant, he wants to serve. Yeah? He is not bound by anything. He is willingly there. For example, there are so many people who go out and help other people who are in trouble. For example, there was a hurricane or an earthquake. How the entire world comes together to bring supplies to that area or the people of the affected region. Yeah? That is serving. That is being a das. Dasya Sakti. Naturally we feel that inclination to help another who is in need. How? This broken piece of magnet feels for that other broken piece of magnet and feels that attraction. And how do I express this attraction, this love? By giving. Either by giving service, by giving food, by giving any kind of help. Yeah? Is Dasya Sakti. Yes? The same thing is in devotion. Yeah? People serve the Guru. Yeah? Not because the Guru is going to give you something special, more attention or a name in the organization, a title in the organization. No. Yeah? But because you feel that love and you're so full of it, your cup is so full of it that you start overflowing with that love. And that overflow expresses itself as seva or serving. Yeah. So this seva really brings out the real you. If you feel that something is lacking in me, I'm not feeling good or I'm not very happy, yeah, go out and do seva. Yeah. Just help another person selflessly. without thinking about, oh, I have to go through this extra work, or I have to do this, extra effort. Not thinking about yourself, just selflessly doing something which is beneficial for others. When you do that, you will immediately experience a shift within. Something shifts within, and you feel so much peace, so much love. So definitely experiment with some seva. And if you don't know what seva to do or who to approach, just send me an email. You can serve on these knowledge sessions. Gyan Dan is the highest form of dan. Giving knowledge to somebody, this ancient wisdom, being a part of that is the highest kind of charity, donation or love that you can give to another person. Dasya Sakti, wanting to serve. The other kind which is very close to Dasya Sakti is Sakhya Sakti. Sakhi, Sakha means friend. How are you with your friend? You share your innermost secrets. You always tell him, what, this happened, then that happened, and you should listen to me, or you're not listening to me. You fight with your friend, you make up with your friend, again you fight with your friend, you share with your friend. Then it is such a fantastic bonding, right? Having that same bonding with the divine. This will really help you get out of negativity also. This is really a beautiful technique actually. If you are experiencing anger towards another person in the family someday, don't get angry on that person. Go into your room, lock your door, and whichever form of God, whether it is an idol or formless or a book or the Guru Granth Sahib, whatever you have your faith in, and treat that form or book as your Sakha or Sakhi, your friend. And let all that anger out, all that frustration out. Shout at him or her and say, why did you do this to me? This is so bad. I am boiling inside. My blood pressure is going up. My head is so hot. What should I do? He said this to me and she did that to me. And go on, blah, 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 as much as you want. You cry it out, vent it out. And at the end, when the mind calms down, you can give your Guru Granth Sahib or your form a hug and say, I'm sorry. I simply vented out on you. Yes. That's what friends are for, right? Sakhya Asakti. Treating the divine as your friend. You don't just complain to a friend, right? You go and share with a friend when something nice happens. You know what, this happened with me, and I got this accolade and this appreciation. I did well in this. Or someday if you have some tension at work, oh, this is not working very well. I really don't know what to do. Make the divine your best friend. You guys say something like BFF, right? Make the divine your BFF. Sakhya Asakti. The seventh one is Vatsalya Asakti. Vatsalya is the love of a mother for the child. The equivalent word in Hindi is Mamta. Having Mamta for God. Like lots of people worship baby Krishna. Baby Krishna is so beautiful. He is in a cradle and they actually worship him by rocking the cradle and changing his beautiful clothes, maybe from red to green, and singing songs to him, and putting him to sleep in that cradle. That is the expression of love towards that God as a child. Yeah? Treat God as a child. You know what difference it will make in you? If you always go to God as a beggar, asking for give me this, give me that, this asking tendency of yours, this greed of yours can create lot of karma impressions. You understand that, right? So letting go of that karma impression, if you really want to let go of greed, change your form of worship. Yeah? Treat God as a baby, as a little child. Can you go to a child to ask, to beg? No, you always want to give. This will take away that greedy tendency. This will really help you in wiping out the impressions of greed. Yeah? Vatsalya asakti. Treating God as a child. You are expressing that love, yeah, for Lord Krishna or Lord Jesus as a child. The next is Kanta Sakti. Kanta Sakti is making the divine your Valentine, your beloved. Yeah, that is why many devotees sing romantic songs for the God, no? Have you heard that? Yeah. A very favorite song of mine is हीरे मोती मैं न चाहूं, मैं तो चाहूं संगम तेरा, मैं तो तेरी सजना, तू मेरा साइया. I don't want diamonds and pearls. I just want to be with you. I am yours and you are my dear. Kanta Sakti. Yeah? Expressing love for the divine as if he is wedded to you or she is wedded to you, however you want to see the divine. Making the divine your Valentine. Yeah. Somebody asked me a few years ago that I'm very lonely, I'm old, but I'm not interested in another man or another company after my husband died. At the same time, I do feel lonely. And all I told her, it's very simple. Kanta Sakti, make the divine your Valentine. Few years down the line, she is totally in devotion. She is such a happy person. Kanta Asakti. The other two are really beautiful. Atma Nivedana Sakti and Tanmaya Sakti. What is Atma Nivedana Sakti? Where this little piece of magnet drops the I completely and merges with the entire big magnet, or all the pieces of magnets becoming one. Yeah, completely surrendering the I and becoming one with that big piece of magnet. Yeah, or I, this individual I, ego dissolving and becoming one in meditation. Yeah? Not just in meditation. Initially, with eyes closed, I realized that oneness, that no feeling of I. But slowly, with eyes open, while walking, talking, doing everything, you are in a meditative state, in a blissful state of consciousness. Yes, that is Atma Nivedana Sakti, where the false ego has dropped, the I has dropped. You have merged with the isness. Everything is. I always say be with what is, right? This is the meaning of that. Be with what is. Atma Nivedana Sakti. So what is Tanmaya Sakti? where the I is still there, this ego, this little piece of magnet is still there, but in that I see the reflection of that Brahman consciousness only. There is no difference between this little drop of water and that ocean. Yeah? There is that entire sun reflects in this little mirror here. There is no difference. Yeah? When no difference is seen, that is Tanmaya Sakti. Got it? Yeah? Tanmaya, becoming one with it. The next is Parama Viraha Sakti. Parama, supreme. Viraha, longing. Asakti is attachment or expression of your love. Basically is in the form of extreme longing. Yeah. Like the gopis of Vrindavan feel that extreme longing for Krishna. It is unexplainable that there is a cry that comes out of your soul. It is the restlessness of the soul, wanting to unite with that divine. Parama Viraha Sakti. Yeah? An intense desire to be with the divine. How this can help you? If you are very attached to another person, man, woman, child, parent, doesn't matter. If there is an extreme attachment which you are seeing is also not very happy for you, yeah? Turn it around. Yeah? Just like in the anger part where I told you Sakhya Sakti, come and shout at the form that you really have a lot of faith in, you can turn your Parama Virha, your longing for that particular person, towards this form, yeah? Or towards the Brahman consciousness. See that you love that particular person. Why? Just because he was probably the closest piece that broke off from the magnet from you. Yeah? You all were the closest, small little piece from the magnet. Many pieces are there, no? All of them were part of one. Yeah? The closest two parts, when they go away, there is intense longing. Yeah? The other person is just a part of that magnet. No need for attachment with one particular piece of magnet. Yeah? The whole magnet is yours. Yeah? It's like the whole ocean is yours and you're just craving for one drop of water. Turn it around. Drop that attachment to a particular person and direct it towards the divine. Parama Viraha Sakti Rupa. Intense longing for the divine. Yes. This is the highest form of love, the expression of love. Yeah. It is also called sex of the soul. Yeah. We know only sex of the body, no? Where only the other physical body is important, and all it is the sense of touch, craving for the other body. Yeah? If it's not at a physical level, for many people it's at a mental level, just constantly thinking about the sense of touch. Yeah? Both of these are very limited. They are only for another little piece of this magnet called Prakriti. Yeah? Go beyond the Prakriti, drop both the physical and the mental, and rise to the highest sex, the sex of the soul. And what is that? The Parama Viraha Sakti, which goes beyond the physical and the mental. That divine love. This is the highest or the supreme form. Paramavirha Sakti is the supreme form of love amongst the 11 loves. Kad api ekadasha. The ekadasha means 11 forms. Bhavati are. It is higher than any of the 11 forms. Got it? So you might experience these different forms of devotion. Yeah? People think, oh, devotion is just sitting in the temple and singing songs for the divine. No. That is just one expression of love. Narada says there are these 11 expressions of love, and a devotee can experience any or all of them. Yes? And not just Narada. Narada now goes on to tell you that even other masters said the same thing. Yeah? Ityevam vadanti. They also said this. Jana jalpa nirbhaya. Without being afraid of what other people will say, they also pronounce the same. Ekamataha. They have the same opinion, the same one opinion. And who are they? They are Kumara, Vyasa, Shuka, Shandilya, Garga, Vishnu, Kaundilya, Sheshodhavarani, Bali, Hanuman, Vibhishana. All of them, all these are just names of different sages and gods and rishis. All have pronounced that there are these 11 different flavors of devotion or love. Yeah? And they have pronounced this Jana Jalpa Nirbhaya without being afraid of what people will say. Yeah? We are always afraid, no, what will he think if I pronounce this or say this? What will she think of me? These rishis and sages were beyond the disease called what will people say. Yeah? So, nirbhaya, without the fear of what people will say, they pronounce this unanimously. Yeah? And he gave you the names of all the rishis who pronounced this unanimously. This brings us to the last Narada Sutra. Yeah? Ekamataha bhaktacharya ya idam Narada proktam. One who believes and has faith in this exposition given by Narada, Shiv Anusashanam. It is not just by Narada, actually it was taught by Lord Shiva. It is the Shiva principle. Vishvasiti Shraddhate, who understands this principle, believes it with faith, sa bhaktiman. Bhavati sa preshtam labhate iti. He will definitely attain his goal. He will definitely attain his goal. And what is the goal? Uniting with that Brahman consciousness, with that big magnet. Don't forget that. There ends Narada Bhakti Sutra series. If you can take away something from this series, take this away, that you are attracted to another person or thing or situation because they are just small pieces of that same one broken magnet, that same Brahman consciousness. And there is no difference between I and you and I and you and I and it. Yeah? We are all just the same. The same. Yeah. Now start studying, because we will get ready for the final exam. those who send me their papers, the final exam papers, will receive the Narada Bhakti Sutra certification, which has a beautiful poem by Gurudev and his photograph with your name written that you have completed Narada. And then you can move on to Upanishads. May you all attain Brahman consciousness. Sukhi Bhava. Jai Gurudev.